Welcome to Imperfect Voices Podcast. Unfiltered commentary, hot takes, and professionals at being loud and right. Always. Welcome back to another episode of Imperfect Voices Podcast. Imperfect Spotlight version. Today's episode is brought to y'all by AB the Barber out of Look at Me Now Barbershop.
Shout out to AB.
Book with him on the Vagaro app. Vagaro. Vagaro. Book with him weeks in advance, months in advance, but not the day of. He's very busy, very booked up. Not going to be able to get you in.
Booked and busy.
Yeah, exactly. Booked and busy. Book with him. Look at Me Now Barbershop. Y'all know where that's at, obviously. But like I said, through the Vagaro app, he'll take care of y'all. Any texture of hair, he'll take care of you.
What if we don't know where the Look at Me Now Barbershop is?
Google it.
Whatever.
What is that? Waco Drive?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's on Waco Drive.
I don't know where it's at.
Yeah. Today, we have a Waco legend in the building.
Hey.
You probably heard one of his mixtapes. Probably heard one of his freestyles. Quistar go in the building.
Bow, bow.
How we doing, sir?
What's goody, man? It's all good right now.
How's the world treating you?
Blessed. Can't complain at all.
I love that.
Yep.
I feel that. For our people that don't know you, where you from, my man?
East Waco, Texas.
Hey.
254.
Love that.
Yes, sir. How long you been rapping for?
It's like 20 years now. Sounds crazy to say, but yeah, I put my first mixtape out. I was 12 years old.
12?
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. How many songs did it have?
It had 8 songs. Really 7, because like one was like a little glitch, so I just went to the next song. But it was
what
like
did you
8 tracks on there.
What did you drop it on?
It was on CD. This is back in the.
Oh my God, I love that.
I was in 7th, 8th grade.
Were you writing like in Sharpie, like?
Yeah, I was writing in.
And passing it out?
Yeah, nah, really. One of my friends, his dad had like a little record store, so the first little editions I made, I was able to put like a little sticker or label on there. I came to school like square business.
Yeah,
like, I was like, whoa.
That's so fun. What school do you remember?
I was at Lake Area Middle School when I put it out.
Wow,
I love that. R.I.P.
Man,
it's still there, but it's like a Montessori school now.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
think it's a middle school.
It goes to middle school, but it is a mom. Actually, my nieces and nephews go there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, do you remember your first rhyme?
Not my first rhyme. Nah.
You don't remember?
I can't even say nah, I don't.
Okay.
Can you take me back and say what was that first song or first artist you heard that you was like, yo, I want to rap?
Man, that I can remember, probably first video I can remember seeing in my brain is Tupac and Scarface Smile. 112,
I love that song.
Yeah, that's the first one I could just remember seeing and being like, watching the video, like, man, what is that? Like, I want to do that. Like,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
so I'm just like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around 12 because I was crying over boys at 12.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I got sons that's like 10 and they want to rap. And I sit back and watch them and kind of where they at, and they put a lot of energy and effort into it. But I'm just like, well, what was going on in my mind to really even convince myself I could do that at that
But then
age?
to make it happen at that age, where did you, do you remember where you recorded it at?
Yeah, my grandma, she has like a store in East Waco on Elm Street, and her husband had like a bunch of DJing equipment and stuff in there, and man, I was just trying stuff out, plugging stuff one thing into the next one. Trying to plug a mic into this, see if I can get a sound to come out, and just kept fooling around one day till he had like a DVD burner or a duplicator or something, and I found a way to plug the mic in and put a CD with the beats on one tray, and then you put the burning disc on the other tray, and you had to rap all the way through. It wasn't, if you mess up, I had to take it out and start way over from number 1. So that's why it was like that. Like, first one was just 8 songs all the way through. I think I messed up. I was about to start on one and I said the wrong word, and I just went to the next song and just kept it going. So that's how I ended up with 7 tracks, but it said 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just went in there one day and was just figured it out and got my beats together. I remember I was in ISS at Lake Air for like 2 days. So I just remember I got all my raps together. I was in there just writing.
Working.
Just finally got it all together.
He's like, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I remember my
you and I says you ain't got nothing else to do.
Literally.
my grandma's husband was in there listening to me like, man, you sure it's okay for you to be saying this stuff? I'm like, nah, but We here now. He was like, all right, man. He let me finish it. And it got me here today. I say that.
Yeah.
It just gave me the confidence to believe I could do it and see everybody like kind of responding to something I put out, just made up. You know what I mean? Like they was coming around the corner. Like, my uncle want one of your CDs here, giving me $5, $10. So now I'm like, okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of my brother raps. I don't know if you know who he is, Capital G. He's a local artist as well. But I remember I feel like he was around the same age when he started rapping. And I remember he built a studio in my grandma's house. And it was just like in the closet somewhere. Jay knows. We were all in there trying to act like we knew what we were doing.
We all thought we was engineers.
So it's just, it's one of them things. It's like, it's just inspirational. You kind of get a feeling you can take it into your own hands and get started. You know what I mean? And that's one of the beauties of it. To me, everybody got a different origin story of how they started or what was their first kind of experience in trying to record or learn and get those first reps in. So yeah, it's one of those things I just love about it. It's like so organic. Like it can come from anything. You can be in a multi-million-dollar studio. You could be just in the house with your friends, coming up with stuff, and it can take you anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Right. That was one of my questions. How was that first time getting paid to perform or like to rap? How was that a motivation factor for you to keep on going and get to where you at right now?
Like I said, I've been doing this so long, I can't remember
the first
time I got paid, but I do remember the first time the one that sticks out to me was like Love Book. Maybe I probably did 100 shows by now, but like this was like Texas Tech bid night. One of the fraternities wanted me to come out and perform at their deal, and it was like, you know, I went out there and they got me a hotel and all that, and came out and it was like Texas Tech, like 4 different fraternities packed into one little. We was outside somewhere. It was lit.
That's cool.
That's probably the first one. Then that was the same weekend I was in GQ magazine because RG3 had mentioned me or something, and I had seen it online, but I wasn't able to find the actual physical copy of the magazine. But when I got down there, first stop we made, I was at a gas station. It was just right there. I got the magazine, so
for sure,
that's the one that sticks out of my mind.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then it felt cool. And then it was like, I guess the dudes that had brought me out, they was kind of had already, like prefaced it with their guys, like, hey, let y'all hear some of his music, let you get familiar with it. So by the time I was performing, they was already behind me, like reciting half the words. So it was pretty cool. That's probably the first one that sticks out of my mind. Yeah. It's crazy.
I bet that was a wild feeling, like hearing people rap your stuff back to you.
Yeah. Then it was like they did me like big time, like an hour set. Like I'm an unknown artist. Like I'm up there for a long time, but the vibe of the party was just like, they didn't care. You know, the people just up there having fun. They was out there. I could have been up there just lip singing. They wouldn't even have noticed. They was just
giving you that energy back, and you just kept on going.
Man, it was so lit, bro. It was like, So
sounds like a frat thing.
Yeah, it was one of those. Like I said, so from there, now every show is like I know what it can be, so I can just kind of put myself there in my mind. It doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, that was probably lit.
So how was that? RG3 won the Heisman in 2011. And you're able to make a song about him and shoot the video with him as well?
Well, first, I don't know if it was before or after the Heisman. It might have been afterwards. It had to be. He got hurt. And he was rehabbing and stuff like that. And I was just sending like, I mean, I would always see him around Baylor campus kind of passing through, just hanging around, but I never was like trying to stop him, bother him, nothing like that. So I was just sending him music like, oh, this is just something to listen to, and you know, while you're working out, you just get better. And then end up sending him a few songs, and it ended up turning into like a little mixtape, and we put it out. He was kind of tweeting it out and showing me a little support with it. And yeah, a couple of magazines, GQ magazine, Washington Post, USA Today, they kind of picked it up and wanted to do stories and interview me and stuff like that.
That's awesome. When was this?
I think 2011, 2012.
Yeah, 2011, 2012. Okay. That Heisman run there.
Yeah.
You said you've been doing this for over 20 years, man. So, what's been your favorite era to rap in? The freestyling battles in the beginning, the mixtapes, the blog era, or this new, TikTok streaming era? What's been your favorite phase going through all this journey? Because you said 20 years, it's like dog years for rappers.
For real. Man, I would say personally probably the beginning of streaming when it first hit, and it was like, if you got stuff on iTunes, Pandora, stuff like that, it kind of separated you a little bit. Like it was just that first stamp to be like, I don't got a major record deal or nothing right now, but I got shows on South by Southwest. I got my own station on Pandora. Like I can kind of, it just gave me a little bit of legitimacy as far as artists, like when they came with the streaming era. Because before that, it was cool. Like I was out here selling thousands of CDs, but it was never no paper trip that I could show to just sit down in front of a label and just, other than I got regional popularity. But once the streaming comes, then it's like it evens the playing field a little bit for everybody, because now you can treat it like a business. You can raise your own stocks. You can just go around and word of mouth, show people, raise awareness, get your views up, get your comments up, and now you get a little more stake in, what I'm saying, like your product, like showing its worth. Like you can physically control, like the look of your product and the outcome. So I think the streaming, like the beginning of it, before they start manipulating the numbers a lot.
Yeah, when it was more like that type of stuff, genuine and streaming, it was actual people.
Like,
like
I
remember the first time I used to look on Dat Piff, and like with Currency would drop something, he'll have 50K plays the first day, and I used to be like, man, how do that feel? And then I did it a few times, over the years, I'll drop something, have the good roll out together, and have whatever 50K, 90K or something like that, and I'm like, dang, it's a good feeling. It really is, because you get to see. I know the same way I felt when I put out the RG3 freestyle and it had 1,000 plays overnight, compared to putting out just a song I did and might get 1,000 plays over a year sometimes. It's just, so this era, now I say it got a little out of hand with the numbers, manipulation, and some of the people go real far with the rollouts. They'll make it do a whole publicity campaign,
exactly,
long game run. But I think when it first came, when social media first hit, and it was just like a new star is born every day. You get to see different people from different parts of the world. Because I just like to see people make it. Like that was what inspired me to do it in the beginning. Like I like to see people just put their story, or whatever they dealing with, or they might not even be rapping about struggling, but they might be talking about fun and a new dance or whatever it is. But it's just
the variety,
the variety, and just like the energy of it. It's just something we brought to the table, and it took us somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like just a thought or a imagination. So I think the beginning of the streaming era was probably my favorite time.
Yeah. It's funny you say that about the rollouts, because we have this running joke on the podcast where everything's a rollout.
Everything
so
is a rollout.
Any story that we talk about, we're it's a rollout. But yeah, that is, that makes a lot. It's like you said, it was, I feel like in the beginning it was real people going to look up your music because they wanted to hear it. And now it's who knows? Like you said, streaming farms and
robots, man. Robots. And then now you got TikToks where you also got to become a dancer now too at the same time.
Get some
it's
catchy,
getting nasty
put it in,
here, dog.
put it in the right people's hands. These young kids.
You said Currency earlier. Who do you like listening to besides yourself?
Yeah, right.
I know most people are gonna say this stuff.
Right now, I'm really into the Apple Music, just hitting shuffle and just catching whatever vibe I'm on now. So
that Rap Life
it's kind of all over. Nah, I literally just kind of go through and
on your own.
Add my own albums that I like, that I listen to, and if whatever new song comes out and I want to add it to the playlist and just throw it in there. And then over the years, once I've been having it for a little while, Apple Music. Sometimes I stop paying it. I'm tired of having it. I don't want to pay that, and then I bring it back. Okay, I need add a little vibes in. But for the most part, it's Future. I listen to him, I think, the most than anybody else. Future, Jeezy, Ross, Drake, Wayne, Jay-Z,
yeah.
The GOATs.
Yeah, for sure.
Currency. I mean, I listen to a lot though. I couldn't even. That's why I'm just giving you
the main.
Yeah, the main. But
Future got a new feature. Feature got a new feature right now
On what?
yeah.
ESTG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, it was nice. He dropped it. He dropped it last night. I keep on playing it. Do you listen to anything besides rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different genres, R&B.
Yeah.
Cause I'm 30 now.
Rock, shit, soft rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to everything.
Yeah,
Do
that
you-
classic rock.
Do you work out? Like, do you go to the gym?
Not consistently, but yeah, all the time. I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
I was just gonna
Not
ask
just
I was just gonna ask what's your go-to like workout song or playlist or artist?
I don't know if I don't particularly like music in my ears when I'm working out. I mean, whatever's playing somebody got something else playing in the gym, but I do music so much every day that when I'm working out, I gotta try to think about something else. I'm not
Okay,
even
I
paying
feel that.
attention to what the song is. I'm just like trying to figure out how I'm gonna make this like a point to do this when I'm on stage or something. Like I'm gonna get something out of this. It's gonna make me be able to perform better. I'm gonna be able to have longer win when I'm in the booth.
That's
I'll
so
be able to
true.
project my words. But I just try to think of what's the
Like
Breath control.
no, like what's the point or what's the prize I get out of this? Like when I'm working
like
out,
being
like,
there. Yeah.
like what is my incentive for being here? What am I actually working out for? Because I'm not trying to be looking good for nobody or nothing like that. It's just like, okay, it's for health, and I'm trying to make me a
Misha's
better
our
artist.
gym rat, yo.
I am. Yeah.
She with the gym
That's
all
what I
the
was
time.
asking, but I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm not really in the gym to like look good. I'm in the gym to like mentally feel better. So
For sure, it's just adding something to your routine or not saying every day, but just as part of your lifestyle that you know, like it's beneficial. That's the word I've been looking for the last 2 minutes. I couldn't get out. Beneficial, beneficial for sure. But yeah, it's definitely just adding. It's just a good habit to add to your routine because you could be anywhere. You could be on the road, working on it. Y'all could be somewhere, and you at the hotel. You're like, "Boom, I'm gonna go ahead and work out. Just get that in." It's just that's something better to be doing than sitting up just scrolling or you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
thinking about something negative like working out. I feel like that's a good thing. So yeah, sometimes I just whatever be probably in the studio or somewhere and get a deck of cards, do some push-ups or something like that, or try to go play basketball somewhere with my friends, like
Dominoes? Bones?
Oh yeah, that's not. I mean, that's not working out, but yeah, I do that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta get a nice game of bones in.
I actually played dominoes this past weekend, and I'm not good at it because I'm bad at math. But I won, and I was playing against my uncles, and I won.
Hey, beating your uncles is an achievement.
I know.
In dominoes.
I have to document it.
I'm not one of those dudes that like to say I'm just super good at everything. Like I really want, but dominoes, I'm super nice for sure. Like most people could tell you I terrorize any table I sit down at. I don't know why. It's like it's not even about the dominoes. I feel like I can just read everybody's body language on what they got or who got what.
Yeah.
Like literally every play. As soon as somebody play Big Five, I can look around. I feel like I see, okay, you got this because you play this. I'd be terrorizing
You
people on dominoes.
strategizing.
What's worse, because I'm really competitive. I really want to win. And when you got to play against your cousins that have done some time, it's so annoying because they are pros. They are pros.
That's all it is to do. Man.
They've had all the time in the world to become master domino players.
Yeah, I'm sitting there.
and
I'm
just
like counting. I'm
I
like
wanna
1,
win.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I want to
Like
win so bad, but bro, they got me, bro. They got my number. Which one of your features or collabs has been your favorite? We saw that you've done stuff with Moneybagg Yo, Blac Youngsta, King Lo, Sauce Walka. And I got a side question: Is Blac Youngsta really like that?
Yeah, that's literally the first question everybody asks, and it's like, yeah, I gotta give it to him. Yeah, it's like, and it's crazy because we could be sitting there just hanging out, or like we could be on the set of the video or in the studio, and he'll kind of be just giving me some real down to earth advice. But if he look up and see anybody with their phone out or with a camera, it's over. It's just a second. It's like he know how to just turn it on quick,
right
like
on.
turn the star power on and get talking crazy and saying all the stuff that go viral. Like,
that's funny as
yeah,
hell.
real star. I give him that. Like, yeah.
I was thinking about him today because I was reading over the questions, and like this isn't like a great thing, but because you know that video where he's always like calling people whores.
Yeah.
I get, like now that word is in my vocabulary, and every time I say it, I think about him, and I'm like, oh my god.
But it's just
The
with him,
influence.
it's just more of him. Like it's just his confidence. He just kind of like, you know, if I walk in the building, if I don't say nothing, you might get to thinking all type of stuff like, about me, little black dude. Ain't no telling what I might be into, what I might do. So I'm just gonna take control of the room by just go ahead and put it in your face. Like, what's up, whores?
Yeah.
Instantly. So now it's like
You got to pay attention.
It kind of just even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really smart though. He it's like all the stuff he do, he know exactly what he doing. He understands some method to it. Like he was really on me like about like putting out albums without my face on the cover and stuff like that, or like sometimes he like I said, the cameras come on and he's just still in the show and I'm just sitting there watching. He'd be like, "Come on, man, you ain't shy. Like, come on, you keep, man. You just the biggest studio I ever been in. It's the biggest house I ever been to." When we was doing the video, he always just kind of give me that little extra spark to try to. He want me to do his little dance and all this stuff like him, but I'm me. You know what I mean? But to answer the question, I probably say my favorite one was all of them. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because South Walka is Texas. Like I really wanted that one.
Yeah.
Like prior to doing it, like I had already manifested that one. Like, and he got a song about not doing features with fuck niggas. That's fuck niggas can't get no features. So South Walka, that was like probably meant the most to me.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So you see the breaking story on him right now?
Yeah.
Pretty messed up. So he was in California last night, and somebody lost their life because they were trying to take his jewelry.
Oh yeah. Okay. I seen that.
Pretty messed up situation there.
Yeah, that's
sure.
crazy.
Yeah,
it's tough.
People trying to risk it. Ain't nothing you can do but take care of yourself. You know, he got to get home too. He got a family.
Yes,
he got to protect and provide for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tough. I kind of sound desensitized when I speak on stuff like this. I don't really like to speak on it a lot, but it's just tough, man.
It is getting to that point though. Like everybody, I feel like everybody's getting desensitized because the pictures I seen I was just like, what the hell? Like I just be scrolling Twitter and they have no filter. They'll put anything on there.
Yeah, like Uvalde. There was another shooting in Uvalde last night as well too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything
went through what they
everything
went
going
through.
up.
So yeah, but Moneybagg Yo, how was that, man? Because he's on one right now. He's
so
shooting
crazy
to the rocket.
And the day we did that, I told him this in the studio. I was like, Rocket, I think him and Finesse 2 times, it just kind of was parting ways, bumping heads, whatever they was going through.
Yeah.
I think like the day before, literally, I think Finesse 2 times had said whatever he said, whatever video he did, because like I told him I could see it on him. His whole body language was like, he was just bothered a little bit. And I told him that, like, man, I tried to have at least amount of people here, you know what I mean? A lot of people was really excited about this because I don't know if you know who you are to us, but you bag, like in Waco, like when you motivate people to get up and make some money and want to do something better with themselves, like we hold that high, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling him like because he came out and he was asking me like, oh, you like that verse is cool. And I'm like, bro, it ain't matter what you said, your voice, you Moneybagg Yo, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Once you make it where we feel like everybody don't make it. Everybody don't make it out. So once you make it, like, you mean something. So I was like, shh. And then he finally was like, all right, just clear everybody else out. And it was just me and him in there. And then we kind of got in there. And then if you notice with him, man, with Blac Youngsta, like, I wanted to make a point to rap back and forth. Like, not just y'all do a verse and I do a verse, but I wanted to be where people know, like, we was really in here. Like, we was in here really going off like a cypher type thing, like, like just a personalized event, like, you know what I mean? Like I had to, I didn't have to go through a lot to get the features, but I just say to get to the point to be able to get them, I put a lot of work in. So I was just trying to tell them like, it really didn't matter, bro. It's just to show my people all the hard work I put in all these years ain't for nothing. Like the artist I think is the top artist, I go out and seek them out and try to get them for y'all. So it was cool. It was dope.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard about that Finesse situation, and when I heard about it, I was just like, man, I hope Moneybagg Yo, don't mess it up. I think Yo Gotti and them got him in the right situation right now where he don't do nothing stupid. And sure enough, when I saw them videos, I sent them to the people that was talking about it. I was like, yes, like they good.
Yeah, I said once they did that, I was like, that made me happy to see that. Like, man, like,
because I like so many artists that like most of the artists I like are beefing.
Man,
so I hate it because I don't like choosing sides. If I like the music, I'm gonna like the music.
Man, Jeezy and Gucci been for my whole life. I always had Jeezy and Ross was frustrating for me, but Jeezy and Gucci was like a real. Just like, dang, like you can almost split like the nation with that type of argument. Like
Yeah.
you can almost tell two different type of people from each other who you like, Jeezy or Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Jeezy is like my top 3 almost, like all time type. But as far as Gucci and his whole the image and the business side and running a label and like just staying relevant no matter what, like I love Gucci. That's why I said, like you said, it's tough sometimes being a hip hop fan because
For real,
you have to pick sides.
Yeah.
Even when you don't want to, sometimes it's no way. You got to sometimes. They get so personal, lines get crossed. You're like, okay, I gotta rock with this guy.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're 2 Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the 2 of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
So you was talking about them Verzuz. How was your experience on the Verzuz, the ones you did with Big Binky?
It was cool. It was fun. It was.
Was that one in person?
Yeah, it was in person. Yeah, we did it at Club Blam, and it was fun because it gave me the same vibe of Club Legacy. It was like the first club I really got to perform at when I first came out with Time to Go to Work, and I was just really getting to get on stage every week and try to get it together, try to learn crowd control and songs they would like compared to songs I just like and think it'd be dope to perform, but it's a different setting sometimes when you're in the mode and people want to party. And or maybe you might got a song that could change the tide. You know, you might got an R&B song that people could feel or something, but for the most part, it's like it takes a little time to understand the difference between just being in the studio vibing by yourself and then actually performing in front of a room full of people. Some of them, they might know who you are, but they don't follow your music, everything you're dropping. So it's like I have to try to target this in a way where I can get the reaction I want. So for the verses,
play your cards right.
So for the verses, it was cool because, all right, it was me versus Binky, split up like different kind of eras and generations. So a lot of people that was on, it was like two sides of the club. His side, basically on his side of the stage, and then my side. So you came in, I think it was like almost 100, 200 people that literally paid for tickets and still couldn't get in just because the capacity was so crazy. So as soon as you walk in, you never want to go into a show thinking too much, like over expectating or over expecting like the crowd, how many people gonna be there. So I'm going in there just thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna be his people, my people, just kind of more intimate, chill vibe. But I'm talking about as soon as we turn to Blac, I'm like, oh, it's crazy, like all the way up and down the street, like somebody never, I might have been a part of maybe a few events that I was just the reason for the season, like that, like a part of it. So like, so you get in there and it's like, my side is people, it's people I ain't even talked to since middle school, literally, like people I haven't even seen in so many years, just like, and I kind of could sense it like throughout the weeks leading up to it, like everybody was asking about it. It was like the topic of this, like that's all everybody kind of was talking about, and I'm like, all right, this might be something. So like when I got in there, I'm just looking at my side of the crowd, I'm just like, all right, like I gotta rock, like it was kind of tough because I rock with Binky, like he called me his nephew, like he always kind of showed me a different little love as far as just out here. He never like seemed to be on no type of hater or like nothing. It was always like love coming from him. So it was a tough spot because when I get on the stage, it's like, this is what
competitive.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like for real, like I haven't spent enough time with Binky in the real world for him to understand this about me. Like he just know me, I get down, he know I like to do this, but he don't know like this is it's tough right here. Like I'm standing in front of you, I don't want it to be like this. So I feel like I really kind of just took a step back and just let it be a good event, fun, and we just celebrated the music and bringing everybody together because it was just the electricity in the building was live. It wasn't might have been a few little skirmishes in there, but nothing crazy like where we had to shut it down or anything like that. So, like I said, a lot of people that I saw on my side of just to feel that support, it was so much love that I didn't even just. It wasn't about winning, even though I won. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just about like, I'm trying to kill him or I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely did his thing, showed me like, made me realize, okay, like you be so caught up in your own world, you don't always see everybody else when they out here working it. Because he was performing some of his songs and they was giving him that feedback. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's time to go to work. I gotta wrap it up. I can't let him run off like that. But it was dope. You know what I mean? He showed a lot of love. Like I say, we both was in a position where we had to be kind of responsible because we got our people there that's rocking with us and they getting kind of in their feelings. They
get a little antsy.
Getting antsy for sure. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he got his wife on the stage. So it took a lot for both of us to just keep it real respectful and, control the crowd, don't let it get out of hand. But it was dope. I think it was a good moment for us.
Like whenever they buy the tickets, like how do they decide which side do you go on? They tell them when they get there? Like,
no, I think there's more of just who you kind of was rocking with, like who you rooting for. Like,
okay, so you just go in and you like choose your side.
Yeah, they was like, I guess they was already just like, this gonna be your side on stage. It's gonna be his side on stage. They already told us that. Yeah. So I guess when everybody was kind of filing in, they just kind of picking their spots. Like,
this way.
There's people already on stage, like, and they on like, that's where we at. Like, I'm not moving or nothing. I'm like, cool.
Was it a lot of people on stage with y'all?
I say like there was a lot of people on stage when it was like introduction time and like opening acts and all that. But once we got to really going, I think there wasn't that many people on stage. In the middle of the stage, anyway, they had like a seated on the side where it was kind of like it was room for people to kind of stand around you a little bit, sit kind of on stage, off the stage a little bit. But once where we was performing at, actually, it wasn't a lot of people on stage. Okay, it was like I said, a certain song might make somebody want to run up there and they want to come, performing with you, feel a certain way. But it was like I said, we held it together pretty good. It was cool.
That
I'm
sounds
a big
exciting.
boxing fan, so like I would always be like, how are they shaking hands after they beat each other for 12 rounds?
Yeah, see, nah,
so
it
y'all
was-
were kind of
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, but leading up to, I was on the phone. I was telling him like, man, you know, like, man, I don't even know we should be talking right now because I don't know how this gonna go. Like, I might get up there and I don't know how you gonna react to something I might say or
You might be recording this right now, play it back.
yeah, all that type of stuff going on. This man, it's serious right now. Like this because we want to keep it cool, respect. Like I said, he cool with my mom. Like they know each other. Like went to school together or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
so it was like and then my mom was telling me like, man, you know, you can't go up there like know how you want to. Like, nah, I ain't gonna do it like that, man. We gonna be respectful. Like, 'cause this, like I said, this is what I do. Like I wanna. If it was anybody but Binky, like, man, like, bro, I don't even want you to ever even be spoken the same sentence with me again. Like, you had the nerve to get on the stage with me, dog. But at the end of the day, like I say, it was some moments I had to sit back like, hey, man.
Which of those have been your favorites to watch? One of my favorites was Locks and whatchamacallit, Dipset. When Jade Kiss went up there.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
I liked it. And I think, I want to say that one happened before ours.
Outside.
I think that happened before ours because I think he had me really locked in. I'm like, man, I got to, performance-wise, I got to be I got to be there, like, best foot forward.
He 2-0. Him and the one
he
against
did
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got to go Jeezy and Gucci, though. That was, like,
Man.
just,
Yeah.
like, man, that was like a cultural moment. Like, I'll never forget that, ever. I'll always be able to
How fast your heart started beating when the truth dropped.
shot to the roof, like, whoa, like, that's how he coming, like, yo, like, cause it's tough when you come in like Jeezy, when you letting it be known you trying to come in on I'm gonna be the bigger man, I'm gonna resolve this, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, it's natural, like, you got the handicap, cause the other dude knowing, okay, he's saying that's what he gonna do, I never said that, so now I'm gonna come in and get all mine off, and it's on him to just stay strong like that, but he did, you know what I'm saying, I thought that was like,
This why I'm finna become an R&B fan because I'm tired of choosing between rappers. You know?
hey, you know,
I'm finna become a country fan.
Like,
They be beefing
so-
the country music.
The only verses that I like really tuned in was Erica and Jill Scott,
wow, I didn't even.
and that was during COVID.
They put a spell on yo.
So yeah, they did. So that it wasn't in person. It was on Instagram Live, like when the verses I guess had first started. But I felt the same way. I really felt like it was like a shift in the culture. Like it was so live, and they sold T-shirts. So I have a T-shirt that says Erica versus Jill. It was amazing.
So I liked that format too when they was doing it split screen. They was in different places. They can kind of control. You got your DJ, I got mine. It's on you. Whose sound is better? I was liking that too. But then, like I said, when they did Jeezy and Gucci, that was just like something I never thought I could see in my lifetime. Like unreal.
That is really wild.
I mean, even some of the other like Brandy and Monica, I thought that was crazy just to watch or like.
What
I was about to say
one?
the Shanti and Keisha Cole one was my favorite one to watch. For sure. No challenge.
No, what was the one where was it a versus where they were saying like he couldn't sing or something?
Was it Mario and
Yes.
Mario?
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Like as a kid, a lot of people don't know. I used to really have to like decide: do I want to be an R&B singer type, ladies man type rapper, or just like a
He said,
straight-
"Let me hold you."
So that little whole that deal right there. I always liked the Mario too. I always thought Mario was dope. So I was happy to see him get back into the just.
That boy got in his bag. He showed
Yeah.
out that day. He
Yeah.
did.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I feel like we live in that era. They kind of forget like if you ain't just always in the headlines right now.
Yeah.
They kind of, even no matter how much you could have been around, you could have been like having a solid career for decades, but I feel like they'll kind of forget you. You're not one of those
I was
always chasing the headlines. So I was happy to see Mario get that.
Yeah.
That was me for sure because when Sammy came out and started playing Kiss Me Through the Phone, I was like, dang, I forgot he had this joint.
Sammy too, yeah.
I was like, dang, they throwing haymakers on round one. All right.
That's why I liked the verses really for the same reason because like a lot of these songs are being remade and reused and the kids don't really be knowing what it really came from, and I'll be like, wow, I'm old.
Yeah.
When you was talking about that verses, man, all the Waco people in there, I was wondering, you as an artist, do you have any complaints about the Waco market? And do you have like any suggestions on stuff we could do to better, help promote our artists or put our people up on the map better?
When you say we, you mean is the media or just Waco in
Waco in
spirit?
general, yeah, Waco.
No, I won't say I got no complaints because I feel like
Or constructive criticism, at least,
Nah, because honestly, I feel like with Hot Boy West, Waco Tron, I feel like they have gotten a lot of support, like from the city, like vocal, like everybody kind of saluting them, rooting them on. I feel like when I first started, it was like I would complain then. This one I felt like it was like they tried to always have that thing like, oh, you from Waco, nobody wants to hear that. But then if a Dallas rapper wanted to come down here and do a show, they'd pack it out for him. So I always kind of hated that then. But like I say, since recently, I feel like people have been better, like supporting their hometown artists. So I can't really say I got no complaints on that side. I feel like we could, not even with just the rappers. I feel like with Kendrick Williams, like he in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could just celebrate our people more. Period. Like
that's true.
That's from our city that do big things. Like I feel like we should salute it more. We should speak up more on it. Like
because we really have a really good amount.
Like I remember when the kid 1 year university high school won like the state championship, but I didn't know nothing about it till literally like the day before. You know, somebody wrote me on Twitter like, "Hey, nobody not saying nothing, but university they undefeated. They about to win the championship."
Yeah, we were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, so I was like, "Whoa!" So I called RG3 like, "Bro, I don't know what I could do. You know, it's short notice, but." And he sent me, and I went and got like, I had to pay for them too, but I had got like the RG3 Superman socks, and I went and passed them out to like the whole team and the coaches and stuff like that. Then they let me come to the game and stand on the sideline, and they actually won the state championship that year. And that was the Coach Chapman, RIP.
RIP Coach Chapman. Yeah.
He was really happy. He was just telling me, like, man, I've been doing this for like 20 years, like coaching. I never got the state championship, and you know, I just needed a little something to get him motivated and over the top. And he, like, I think that might have helped did it, but it wasn't about that. I was just like, man, I went to school here. Like, I played basketball here. You know, we went to the first round of the playoffs, nothing too big. But even then, I feel like we were supposed to have a way bigger pep rally.
Yeah.
Just because it was a drought. We hadn't been in the playoffs in years. And same thing, when they was undefeated, about to win state championship, I feel like it's supposed to be, you know, parade through the city or something. Just because if we don't, then when are we ever going to do it? Like, so that's my only complaint. I feel like we don't celebrate our successes enough, like when somebody from our city do something big or monumental, because people might feel like, oh, well, rooting for them takes away from, for whatever reason. I never understood that, but some people just don't like to root for others, and they feel like it takes away from them. I feel like Waco is such a small, but so many big people in the city doing stuff. I always like, even with this, when I walk in here and see this setup, it's like we could all treat each other just like we all stars down here, and everybody could benefit from it. That's my little imagination, the dream I got for Waco, is just we all treat each other like this is like a little Hollywood. Like this is the way we speak about each other to outsiders. Like anybody, if you brought up somebody from Waco, oh yeah, and you just speak the biggest you can speak of them, just because if we all did that, then we all could be lit. Like in every, whether it's makeup artists or hair or podcasting, rapping, sports, I feel like if we just had that backbone, it's like that was just the pride that we are to be from Waco. We don't even, like, if you speak of Waco, anything that got to do with Waco is big. It's bigger than Dallas, Houston, Austin, whatever you think in your mind. Like that'd be my critique. I feel like it'd be better, just period. Like just have more pride in the city. Like
show more love to
I love that. That's such a good point. We do have a lot going on, like you said, like makeup artists, podcasts, like there's all kinds of stuff coming out.
Content
out
creators.
Here, content creators.
Like Supreme Dreams, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not even always
true.
talking on that level, because that's like huge. Like they doing crazy stuff. There's people that's doing a lot like that. There's people that's just in the city, like you wouldn't even notice, not even maybe don't even care to be popular. They just do it because it's what they do. But it's like, I feel like, man, it's a special place down here. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just the soul of it, or it's like you feel like you got to do it big for people to even give you a little bit of props. So maybe that just would push us to, by the time we finally ready to speak it and show other people, it's like we got it together. But yeah, I feel like Waco, we could stick together a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of like a show me city, you know?
Yeah.
Once they see you doing something big, we'll carry the flag, you know? But I mean, that's a lot of people, you know, they want to be around for the work, the hard part, you know, the struggle. I mean, that's when you get the attention anyways, right?
For real.
Yeah.
You just mentioned the new rappers like Waco, Tron, Hot Boy West. Have you reached out to them about any guidance going into the game in their situations that they're in right now?
Nah, I had did my friend A-Ray podcast a couple weeks ago. He asked me the same question, and I was just like, nah. I think that I don't look at myself as a person to give nobody guidance or advice unless they ask for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ever feel like, even on social media, I don't like to ever feel like I'm coming on here like, oh, you got to do this. You should do this. Like, I don't ever like to esteem myself that high. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to stay humble and not be oblivious. I feel like if I get that cocky to think I can just be giving folks advice out here, like, then I'll lose myself. So, no, I never have tried to give them no advice. I just try to show them all the love, let them know, like, bro, like, I know y'all, they both have told me several times, like, they grew up listening to me or jamming me, or I motivated them, or they'll rap verses to me that I can't even remember for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, on several occasions. So from my end, I just be on wanting them to know, like, man, like, I'm loving what y'all doing. Like, I want to see y'all win. Like, don't get distracted. There's a lot of times I would say if I told them anything, it was times that I was there, like, in the middle of the moment, and I was so, like, caught up in it that I couldn't really maximize it as much as I wanted to. Like, I probably was just wanting to show off and wanting to just feel that moment I finally made it. I'm finally getting closer. I didn't really look around and see, okay, who else in the building should I be trying to introduce myself to right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I should follow up with this artist more and try to build a relationship. Maybe I should on a cinema watch or something. But I just was like, I get caught up in my own little world and be thinking, okay, I finally did it. I finally did this. I can sit back and, or maybe I want to go record and rap about this now. I don't know. But I feel like I was just trying to tell them, make sure y'all take advantage. Like, bro, y'all in the moment right now. Like, don't let it slip away and not utilize every opportunity you got. But other than that, nah, they been doing their thing. I'll sit back and watch and enjoy the show. Like, just be proud. Like I say, they from my city. I can actually say it's not even to be bragging or to be like, oh yeah, they used to listen to me or they listen to me. None of that. It just feel good to know it deep down. Like,
you did something right.
Yeah, facts. Like, yeah.
Everything you was doing was worth something. You know?
I like to say I'm the red ink on the blueprint. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't just make up Waco rap or nothing like that. I wasn't the first person in Waco to want to rap, but I do feel like I took it to another level. You know, so I feel like people watched me the way I was moving, the way I was coming, like, without a deal or without a thought of a deal or a manager or nothing like that. Before all that could come, I just had the inspiration and the
Making
energy.
it happen.
Yeah,
because when you started popping off, like, YouTube was first becoming a thing with them K104 freestyles and stuff. We used to watch
so
all
there's
the
a lot of
time.
stuff like people, you know, Soulja Boy always got the joke. I was the first rapper to do it, and my friends would be like, bro, you know, you really was this, but I'm like, nah, I don't like to. Like I say, it ain't about who did it first, it's about who did it bigger, and sometimes it ain't about who did it bigger. It's just about doing it. It's just about who did it and had love for it. There's a lot of artists that I love that I feel like never could get the recognition they deserve, and athletes too, like that I just could go search up on YouTube and spend half the day looking at their highlights, and it's like I just try to remind myself of that. Like, I came in really talking about time to go to work. Like, that's the first thing I really came in that everybody caught on to. So I just try to remind myself, like, it's about working. It's about just putting that work in day out. Like, you go to Johnny Dang to get a necklace, he in there, really in there, in the back, putting the diamonds into the chain. So it's like, that's what I want to be, like that artist where they say I'm still working. Like, I'm never like I'm too big or I think I did something where I'm like, nah, I'm staying locked in.
How do you stay out of beefs? We was talking about beefs earlier. I feel like we ain't never heard you be in any type of beef or anything like that.
No, I had a few little bit. They was always petty, you know what I'm saying? And once I realized that, over the years, I just try to rap it like we talking about with Sauce Walka, as dangerous as it is, period. Like, it's dangerous being alive, just being alive in today. And like,
they say being a rapper is the most dangerous job in America.
Yeah, it's just because of the way you put yourself out there. Like, you're not realizing you're just trying to promote yourself, but you kind of giving everybody an open book into what you got or what you portraying that you got. You know what I'm saying? You showing people you got this much money, you got this jewelry, and then when you turn the cameras off at the end of the day, it's still people that might mean a lot more to them than it mean to you. They might in their mind think they could go take care of change their family life with that. So yeah, it's dangerous because of just the way you putting your personal business out there and the way you you have to tell people, I'm gonna be at this event this time a month from today. You can, if you want to plot on me and be waiting for me outside, I'll be here performing, and when I come out the club, here's your chance. Basically, that's what's dangerous about it. But it's dangerous just being a human being right now, just being alive, period. Like,
true, with
everything going on in the world. So
yeah, because you kind of remind me of that whole Pop Smoke situation where the way they got him was his Instagram story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So stuff like that.
Basically, your Instagram
just
story.
what you're saying. That's how I stay out of beefs. Like I try to just see it before it could even happen. Like what could possibly. Same way I just brought it up earlier. Like I'm just letting y'all. I'm a Jeezy fan. This ain't to be funny, or some people could think somewhere in their mind that he just saying that because I would never do no shit like that. I never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. I just try to
Stay
avoid
ahead
it.
of
Like
it.
it's nothing. At the end of the day, I think about how bad could it get. If I get in the beef with anybody, where I could take it, or I know I want to take it to, it'll get real bad. But I don't want that because I'm the one that got to stand in front of that judge. I know what that feel like. So I don't want to. I would never let nobody treat me into that position. Then the other side of it is, okay, what if they take it there before me? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be looking at my mom or my kids trying to explain to them this happened because of a rap beef because I'm talking to me and somebody else. Nah.
That's crazy.
Reality, these people don't even pop up in my head. Like, if we got a problem, we don't have to talk to each other. We can just not do business with each other. That's the only problem we could ever have is business. Other than that, I wouldn't even be, you see how I move, bro. I wouldn't even be talking to nobody. You see I be on my own. I be so locked in. Like, I can't let nobody treat me into having no beef with me.
Which just crazy because you walking me down right into my next question. It's a popular topic right now. What are your thoughts on lyrics being used in the courtroom?
I think it's tough because whatever the First Amendment, freedom of speech, but at the same time it's tough because all right, I mean if something happened to my daughter or something, right, and then whatever she's an innocent bystander somewhere, something happened, and then it's a kid over here rapping about this in the same instance and bragging about it. I mean, how I feel as a father, like I don't care about no rapping at that point. I don't care about you know what I mean. So
I don't care about no beat.
I don't care about none of that. So it's tough to, and like I say, sometimes as an artist, you know what I mean, you could be sitting back watching, sitting at home watching Netflix, watching Peaky Blinders or something, and just get all these words and this vibe. You might want to just create a character just on a song that's. It might not even be no truth to it or nothing. You might just want to just make this for somebody else out in the world to live this life. Yeah. And then something bad happened and you could get prosecuted from what you're saying when it could be no truth to it. But I think that's just responsibility as an artist to know. Like you got to be able to say that, hey, y'all, I'm in the studio when I'm rapping, I'm Quistar, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff I'm saying. But when I go home, and with my kids, I'm Marquise. Like, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this, like, you have to be able to differentiate that as an artist. So I feel like it's a tough thing that they can railroad you and use your lyrics against you, but it's just about being smart and knowing because I would even, like, with people I've known in life, I always just thought, like, well, what is the most stupidest thing you could ever do? If you could get away with murder and then you would go turn around and rap about it, you would go tell. I wouldn't tell a soul. I wouldn't even be talking about it to anybody. So why would you want to go and rap and brag? And
that's my whole thing. Like I'm not a big believer in making the police job easier.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like. Sometimes it's like you kind of just like, how can I feel sorry for you? Like it's tough because of you feel like you should be able to whatever freedom of speech, it's art, you should be able to. But no, that's like saying if somebody went in whatever 9/11, like certain stuff, like they wouldn't have made a song about it. Like, nah, it's certain stuff you can't. It's like crossing the line. You got to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So I think it's messed up, but I can't even say I feel sorry for people sometimes because it's just like, bro, if you made it out, you make music. Even if you was living that life and y'all was really doing all this stuff you rapping about, but you found a sliver of light and a way to make it out, change your family life. And y'all didn't want to do something different. Like you didn't want to change. I really want to make different music. Like, I don't want to rap like this forever. Like, I really want to make stuff that's going to inspire people. Like, but I got to talk about what's real life too and what I'm seeing, what I've been through. But yeah, no, I think that we just got a responsibility as artists to understand that like your words got power. You know what I'm saying? And your actions, like as you get success or whatever in the music or in life, like you can't use that as a way to be destructive. Like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be responsible. Know what you're doing, know what you're saying, or it can come back and haunt you.
Yeah, for sure. They be pulling up everything.
Yeah, it's a messed up situation. This month is Suicide Prevention Month. 79% of people who die via suicide are male. Us, we definitely go at a higher rate than women do. So I was just wondering, how has your mental health been, and who do you have to reach out to in these tough times or tough situations or anything like that?
I think my mental health is great personally. I mean, I don't know who I would say I reach out to, because I've been doing the music so long that before I even had a thought to understand mental health or depression or anything like that, I was already just routinely recording music, like writing my songs. So I feel like that's what always been my outlet. So I never really, I'm not gonna say I've never been like in a stressful time or like time where my career wasn't where I wanted it to be at and I wasn't stressed out or
no depressive episodes or anything.
I never had a thought once. I could tell you facts. I never thought once in my life about suicide, just because I always feel like it could be bad right now, but tomorrow might be greater. Like the worst thing that ever happens for me to die. Like shit, that's just me. Like I truly don't even really understand it. Like, cause like I said, I just got so much stuff I want to do with the music. It's like that's the worst thing that's gonna happen is if I die and don't get to achieve all those things. No matter how bad it get, I can just say, okay, like, what about all this stuff? What about these kids? Like, somebody I'm gonna hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even talking suicide. Just say if I just crashed out and made a bad decision and lost a few years of my freedom, and I leave these people out here that depend on me. So, but anybody dealing with that or going through that, like I said, I don't know who I would say I could reach out and talk to, but I say a lot of fans do hit me and say, hey, this song helped me get through this, or I see the way you deal with stuff, bro, the way you carry yourself, and, you know, I want to be like you or be where you at. And I just say that, man, no matter what it is, just focus your energy on what you can control. Like, some people, I think, we weren't taught properly how to deal with relationships or losing people or things not going our way in life. So people think that feeling of grief is like the worst you could get, when in reality, like, it's people who never even knew the love that you're missing now, or, you know what I mean? Like, you might be missing somebody, but it's people who were born without parents, people who live in worse poverty situations that they couldn't even fathom knowing what it feels like to love somebody. Yeah. So I just think that people gotta just take a break maybe from social media. Sometimes that could be so much scrolling and seeing different people's thoughts, and people always having, it's like jokes, like social media make a joke out of serious things sometimes. So it's like you see so much
all
of that.
The time.
Like I say, you get desensitized.
We just saw yesterday with the whole Queen Elizabeth thing.
Yeah, people talk.
Twitter was on.
Yeah, they was
on one.
So, as I say, it's just tough, but I think that people just gotta get centered with themselves. Let go of the outside world for a little bit and just find that inner peace and focus your energy on what you can control, and it'll be all right.
Yeah. And find a good outlet, like you said.
Yeah,
you said music's always been your outlet.
That's important for sure. Because like I said, whatever it is not bottled up. Like, people know, like, your ass will be on my song for real. Like, I'll never talk to you again, but I'll get this off me. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting around dwelling on nothing. Like, it's too much going on. And so I think people gotta find their outlet, whatever it could be.
That and goal setting, because like you said, you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean,
not get to that point where you want to go.
For sure, you gotta have goals set for yourself. I think that's a part of living, is having like something to look forward to. Like, part of your livelihood, I'm working towards just a long-term goal that I will achieve in a certain amount of time. Every day that I get up, it's embedded in me that, I'm working towards this, so I have a reason, a purpose. Like, without that.
And you said you have children too as well, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know those help you keep going, right?
For sure. For sure. Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, let's do these quick hits real quick and wrap up, couple questions, yes or no, this or that. Right. Would you rather be invisible or read minds?
Invisible.
I think
read minds would be pretty. That could be
too much.
That could be tough sometimes.
That could be too much.
That could be heartbreaking.
Right. Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman. He's a real person. He got utilities and stuff.
That's true. That's so true.
Got a cool car.
M&M's or Skittles?
M&M's.
Any type? Peanut? Regular?
Man, my grandma really loved the yellow M&M pack. I'm gonna rock with the yellow M&M.
Yeah.
I rock with grandma because I love the peanut ones.
My dad does too.
I think you already answered this one. Apple Music or Spotify?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Apple Music for sure, because Spotify they be live, but once you get so far, they get to going way off of genre, like just.
Oh yeah, like, when you let it play.
Yeah. Like, man, come on, man. After I listen to all these commercials and stuff, y'all. I rock with Apple Music for sure.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Or Twitter?
No, or Twitter.
Instagram for sure first. Snapchat. Twitter is like I would spend. It would almost like I would overthink it. It'd be like too much of me. Like I would want to do it. I want to give so much of my. Want to be good at it. I want to have people like my Twitter. So then I would put too much.
It is an issue.
It'd be over. I would overthink
It's
it way
a problem
too much.
for me for sure.
I think Jay-Z said that before. He's like, I don't like Twitter because like I want to get good at Twitter.
Yeah, and it's like, bro. So then I'm just basically tweeting my every thought and and I like Snapchat because I don't. When I post Snapchat, I forget I even posted it. I can
That's
really
true,
give a full kind of glimpse of my day with when I Instagram I'm looking and I want it to be a certain way, and it's like I give only pieces because I want it to have a certain aesthetic to it. So, but I think I get the most out of Instagram on my daily life, just scrolling and seeing different people's cultures and.
Shout out to the algorithm.
So yeah, yeah.
I mean, have some good looking algorithms sometimes. Nikes or Adidas or Crocs.
Let's go Nike since Kanye got his little thing going on with Adidas right now.
Yeah, beefing. I was trying to explain to someone. I was like, Kanye is posting all the people that we ain't supposed to know about right now. All the mug shots. I was like, I don't want to know.
It's a
them
very
faces.
Kanye thing to do.
I scroll right past them. I don't even like them.
Really, I don't even know him either.
PJ or Yacht?
I guess PJ. I really either one would kind of, like where are we going? What's on the other end of this? Like I don't like.
Which one would you rather own or have access to?
A PJ. If I got to deal with either one, I'd rather be in the air than on the water.
Yeah, I feel that. Someone's trying to get me to go on a cruise right now, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go on a cruise. I don't want to be in the water. I respect the water.
I feel like they're equally as scary.
They are, for sure. They definitely are. But,
Right.
I mean, I guess in my mind, it's like at least, like right now, if we was on a plane that's going down, I'm not going to know what to do, how to jump out of it. But I can hold on to that little bitty possibility that maybe I could jump. Maybe somebody got a parachute and we could dive out together in water. I just feel like, we in the middle of the ocean. And
Yeah. Stranded.
It's nothing. Like, I'm not.
That's true.
Done.
All right, so that's it on that. At the end of all our episodes, we do something called a peace out.
Okay.
We basically talk about get on our soapbox, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever. It don't matter. What would you like the people to be your peace out?
Man, obviously, if you get a chance, go check out the music. You know what I mean? On all the streaming sites, over 20 years of just, you can literally just listen to me, watch me grow up. You know what I'm saying? Watch me evolve. Crazy catalog, crazy.
Catalog.
Just touching on what we were saying about just mental health. I want everybody just to, stay focused on what make you not even happy, but just what keep you going. Like, it ain't always about being happy. It's just about just knowing you're doing what's your purpose or what you feel like your purpose is, which only you can define, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody got a different outlook or what they think life is about and what life means to them. I feel like we are programmed a certain way to think the Jordans or the Swangers or the epitome of, you know what I'm saying, like getting what you want, or a girl maybe think to get the new purse or get her body done or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I think that most right now the important thing is for everybody to create their own thoughts, like kind of try to go back to when you first started forming these opinions and what everybody told you this was that and that is this, and just take a year to just pull away from all that and realize what do you really like what really makes you happy, what's really important to you, like, and
not other people's opinion on
something. I think when we get to that collectively, when everybody get back to that, then I think it'll be a little smooth out here. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Love it. I love that.
You got performance coming up in the city, right?
Oh yeah, it's 2 days for my birthday, October 21st. I think running the game
party, running the game presents Polo Party.
Young Dro out. I will be on stage. You know what I mean?
You'll also be performing there. Waco Tron, Young Dro at Rocky's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
926 South Lacey Drive, Waco, Texas 76705. Pre-sale tickets are $35. At the door, it will be $40. And that's October 21st, 21 and over.
Yeah.
21 and over.
Good. Got a little grown crown.
Let me troll a little bit real quick. Those other guys don't really matter, man. Quistar's in the building. Man. Everybody knows, man. No, I'm just outside. Shout out to Waco Tron. Shout out to Cam KT for putting the whole thing together. Shout out to Young Dro. he don't got a verse probably in his catalog. I don't know. He was my favorite rapper for like 3 years straight.
It was funny because like after I saw this flyer, I was just having a discussion with someone a couple days before saying Young Joe was like slept on a lot, bro. He got some of the best verses ever.
One day I wrote on a story on Instagram. I was just saying like, man, Young Joe really brought like the animated ad libs and that you hear when the artists like say something and they do the gun sound in the back of the song or the animal sound. Like he really brought that to the table. He brought the rapping about the colors of your car and the colors of your diamonds or your clothes. Like he brought that, and I feel like people don't give him enough credit. And he reposted it too when I posted it. So
nice,
yeah, that's tight.
But
and he a polo head too, so you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get some fresh polo for this video for this concert for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun in there. It's gonna be something lit right there.
Sponsor package is still available. Vendor space is still available. Holler at Cam KT on IG.
Performance slots available.
Yeah, performance slots available too.
Gonna get in there. Just kidding.
Gotta spend money to make money, you know.
True.
We'll go do a mini podcast before we start.
We're gonna talk shit for 30 minutes straight.
But Quistar, bro, appreciate you for coming in with us. Appreciate you for making time.
Yeah, for sure. Honored to be here. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Heck yeah, shout out to Quistar Go, Rogue Media Studios, me, Mish, we out of here.
Bye.
Peace out.
That's a wrap on another episode of Imperfect Voices Podcast. Tell a friend, like and subscribe to the content. Add us on IG at Imperfect Voices Pod or Twitter, The IV Podcast for more toxic takes. See y'all next time.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.